What is going on, guys? It is Rexsi here. Today we are back once again with another 1v1 ranked duel. Yeah, and look who is back. Oh my god, have I missed you. Zonghui. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do a video on him soon enough. But I wanted to rush out a Thanatos video here first. I thought I would do Duel first. There's some other videos on Conquest that I want to do because my computer is finally fixed. I found a solution. Well, to begin with, other than some frame skipping from my second monitor, but that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue was my FPS drops in the game, but it's fixed. It was the Windows 10 Xbox DVR thing, it turns out, that everyone else was getting. But yeah, we are going to be playing some Thanatos because there was also a buff to Hydra's Lament, which means Thanatos is even more broken because Hydra's plus Thanatos is a freaking fantastic mix, as most of you know. So he returns even stronger. Because you guys know I always build Hydras on Thanatos, right? Because Hydras is like the most optimal item that you can get on this character. In my opinion, in Duel. It's so good. Like you can get it off the 2, the 1, the 3, after you land with the ult. If you auto cancel before the 1, that's another Hydra's proc. And then Hydra's again after that. Like, and it like, oh my god, dude, I gotta do some videos with other gods on Hydra's because oh my god, I'm so excited. God, I feel like a kid on Christmas. It's like I got a brand new toy, but like I got a new video game, but it came with, you know, the DLC. And then that DLC is the Hydra's. What do we want? You know what we want. Oop. All right, let's kick it into full screen, and 1 second, let it fill up, and look at that. Actually, wait, I wonder if non-full screen. Oh shoot. Okay, we're gonna teleport back. Oh, and wait for it to mellow out. Look at that smooth FPS. So he is gonna outclear the living shit out of us early game. Okay. Stop laughing at me. I only missed 1-1. So we could blink on him, just early game to get off. Okay, it's fine. Get us some good damage, because he is gonna outclear the shit out of us because he was wrong early game. Look who's laughing now. I don't think it's worth to go for a 1. As long as I hit it, though, it's fine. Then it is worth it. It's fine. Damn, you are a passive boy. I mean, I'm not against it. I understand. God damn. Should be free as long as it doesn't ult it. Okay. Alrighty. Oh shoot, man, yeah, I messed up there. Just a little bit. I don't know if I can't tell if full screen's better or not. See him trying to juke. Oh fuck. Damn it! I can't tell if full screen would be better. Let's try it. Oof. That's the thing about Aegis, man. I think full screen is a little better. It's still a little iffy, the FPS. It fixed it a good bit, though, to the point where I can play Conquest again, which is the main thing. I'll figure out the other issues soon enough. For now, we can be happy and play normally, which is fantastic. Alright. But yeah, he was trying to juke me so hard, he didn't realize that my 1 was down, that we were able to get the chance to almost burst him down instantly. Unfortunately, I did choke on my 1. I haven't played Thanatos in a little while, as you can probably guess, because he has been disabled from ranked. Because they were scared, because they watched my 22-0 Thanatos video. Perfect. Like, I love that bait, man. People always underestimate Thana, man. That's all it is. That's all it is, I swear. I think that that's the case for a lot of people that, or a lot of gods that you main. You start to understand, you know, their potential that you didn't even know that they had, which is like kind of a given. But I've noticed over the course of the game, there is always like really hidden, like, or the potential of a god is so much higher than a lot of people realize until you see a person who mains a god to such an extent. Like, for example, me playing Ullr or Susanoo. Like, I think that was the problem with a lot of people when Susanoo first came out, even after his nerfs. They just didn't understand the potential. And after, like, you know, you'd look at, like, me play Susanoo, and, you know, I have so much experience on the god. Like, I just played him for so long, right? Like, I just understand him so well that people think, oh, he seems more broken than he actually is, right? It just doesn't seem fair. But if you were to compare it to, like, me playing off stream or something, and I'm playing against a Susanoo, they're like, even if they're a really good player, it's like, you know, I would know the limitations of that character, and when it would be most likely appropriate to disengage or engage in certain situations. I don't know. I feel like you learn so much more once you start to main a god that... Okay, I don't know how to put this. I mean, pretty much it's just like skill ceiling, you know? I think the best example I can think of for that is when I first started playing Ullr. People never thought that Ullr was really that strong, and then people started to watch me play Ullr, and that's, you know what, it kind of got me started for Duel. It's kind of what, you know, spiked up my popularity in the community was when I uploaded that Ullr vs. Loki video, right? Because nobody really has seen, you know, Ullr be played like I did back then, even though it wasn't all that great. It was just, you know, different than most people were used to. Like, they didn't understand the potential, and then once everybody started to understand it, you'll realize that it wasn't really that impressive. It's just as a game, you know, evolves and stuff, that's just kind of it's kind of common sense, but it's, I've been thinking about that a lot, man. Just, I've been going through my old videos and thinking, like, wow, like, people used to be blown away by the level I was at that time, and I used to be blown away by, you know, the way people played certain gods. Like, remember Vena's Huyi in Season 2? That shit blew me away, man. Like, that was crazy to me. Like, he changed the game. Like, he seemed like ahead of his time, right? And now, if you were to look at that kind of thing today, you would be like, what? This isn't even remotely impressive. It's just like, you know, the game evolves. And I feel, no, I don't even know how I got on this topic, but actually, yes, I do. It was because of understanding Thanatos' damage, I guess, because a lot of people underestimate it. I think that was the gist of this topic. I don't know. It's a cool thing to think about. I've actually considered making a video on it and going over, like, how the game has evolved, and that's Hydra's for you, man. I'm telling you. Like, 22-0 Thanatos. Oh my god, the good old days. I used to consider my Thanatos impressive, which is hilarious. Well, from what I thought, I mean, back then I wasn't even big on YouTube, and, you know, I think the only thing I was somewhat decent at was because I could kind of I was decent at hitting the one. Like, it was when I started to learn breeds. I even did a guide on Thanatos where I explained why DevGots were optimal in his build, as well as, like, crit and exy and stuff. I had no idea how to build. I had literally no idea how to build in this game. And I was explaining auto attack cancels, even though I didn't know what they were. Like, I just, I explained how much damage you could go about doing for optimal amount of damage, quote unquote. Even though I didn't completely understand it back then. It's so funny to look back, man. It makes me miss those days. But I feel like my Thanatos is also up there. I mean, he's not, like, particularly super difficult, but if played, like, in a certain way, it can, you know, kind of catch people off guard really hard because they don't understand the complete capabilities of the god. But, you know, you learn an experience. So if we pop the 2, we can get a Hydra's proc off. Ah, shit. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, that was mean. Oh. I just stood still. I was like, I accidentally hit the tower with my auto attack from the Hydras that I was gonna use. That's funny. It worked out. But yeah. But at the same time, it makes me sad to think about it. About those, like, the good old days when, you know, you're still learning that kind of thing. Like the real limits to a god. Is a good way to put it. Oh my fuck, damn it. When you really start to understand how much one god can do, and, you know, like, you remember, like, you know, even in the SPL and stuff like that, like, all these crazy plays that, like, in, like, the first season or the second season wouldn't be really even considered all that great, but at the time, like, when it was discovered and people just started to do it, man, it was just like, oh my god. It was so sick. You still love that kind of stuff. I'd be like, holy crap. I used to go into replays of, my friends that played with, ended up queuing up against, you know, like, the pro players in Ranked Conquest, and I would just watch exactly everything they did and be like, oh my god, like, it used to blow me away, man, and nowadays it's just like, oh shoot. It's like, that's like nothing anymore. But that is, you know, a game obviously changes, like I said. But it does also kind of make me happy, because, you know, it means that, you know, there's still improvements to come, and the game's still going to continuously evolve and change, and it makes me look forward to it. I can't wait to look back on, like, a video like this, right? Like, where I'm talking about this sort of thing, and in 2 years' time, if I'm still playing Smite, I'm gonna look at this and be like, wow, like, I honestly wasn't that good. Like, what was I doing? Like, I suck. I messed up. I thought I could burst through the thorns there, maybe hit the 3 and get a heal off of it and back off. Unfortunately, he gets red for that. Damn. And I knew that even if I popped my thorns, it wasn't gonna be enough damage. So yeah, I messed up a bit there. His Aegis kind of threw me off guard. I thought maybe I could get the 3rd auto off on my auto chain before, as soon as his Aegis ran out, hit a 3, autoed for the Hydra's proc, and would have killed him. Fortunately, wasn't enough, but that's fine. Anyways, yeah, it makes me sad but excited at the same time, and happy that, you know, I've gotten to the point I've gotten. I think I've evolved as a player, and, you know, with the community itself. I'd say I'm proud of it. And, you know, excited to see where it goes. That's why I'm always stingy about, you know, just trying to be as effective as possible in most things. To the point where it's sometimes annoying. Which I understand. But hey. I don't know, man. Just random thoughts. I've played this game for so long. It's like my life, you know? Like, it's like my child. It's like seeing a child grow up, you know? I laugh, but you know, it is kind of that sort of thing. If you really think about it. We all raised it together, we fed it gems, we spoiled it even. We taught it a lot, we broke it a few times, or we made some mistakes, you know? But you know what? It's sad to see them grow up, but you know, it's also necessary. Oh fuck, I mistimed that. I wanted to go for like a cool I wanted to try and hit that based on my knowledge of how long you can be up there for, but I mistimed it. I was gonna try and look cool. And I thought maybe he'd cancel a little early, but then I'm like, oh, I'll try and wait it out myself and see if I can do something about it. It'd be cool. But yeah, Hydra's on Thanatos is friggin' awesome. I would have liked to have a trans in here, but I feel like that early game Hydra's is really good for Snowball. It made for a lot of confusion in the early game, which he wasn't prepared for, I don't think. If I just had raw damage, he could obviously, you know, if I just hit my 1 and then went for an auto, although it would do a good bit of damage, he would still be able to react in time for the 1. Autos are a lot faster, you know. A little more difficult to react to, in my opinion. If you're auto-canceling and you're really quick with it, that's what makes it a little hard to react to. I don't know. That's probably it, from what I can gather. Oh! Jesus Christ! Oh, that was clever. I like that. Clever girl! Oh, shit. What's the move? There's Viegas. Alright, well, I guess we'll go over the builds. If you guys did enjoy watching, though, my little talk, or my little random commentary about, you know, the past and the future of this game, please be sure to leave me a like. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more gameplay and random commentaries like this. I don't know, just an off video. Normally I like to talk about what's going on, but, you know, I kind of got off topic a little bit. But hey, it's still an interesting topic, I find. I like doing commentaries like this every once in a while. I find some people enjoy it, hearing my perspective on things. GG's big man. GG's Mr. Retro. So, in terms of builds, we went the Hydras, like I said, for that start, with the sort of, you know, auto cancels that would kind of catch him off guard with the Hydra's procs. It's not as much damage overall, I don't think, as trans, like for the early game, but it's really quick and, you know, effective compared to trans. Trans is just a lot of damage. Hydra's is just, you know, what would I call it? What would I call that? A type of damage, like a catch, damage that catches you off guard. What the fuck would that be called? Okay, you know that. How am I not? Okay, this pisses me off. Surprising damage. God damn it! This is gonna kill me. Burst damage. It's not really burst. It's like surprise. Okay, we're just gonna call that shit surprise burst damage. Unexpected burst damage. There we go. That's what we're gonna call it. There's definitely a simpler word, and I'm gonna look like an idiot once I realize it. But you know, that's it. Like it's good for. It's a different, you know, thing to bring to the table rather than just pure damage. And you know, with the upgraded Hydras as well, it's even more. It's up to 50%. Like for that basic, it's pretty crazy. So you know, it adds another aspect or factor to the early game, which, you know, makes them a little more difficult to read. Anyways, yeah, that's why we went Hydras. You don't have to do that yourself if you were looking for a Thanatos build for Duel, even though Thanatos is quite difficult to play in the higher levels if you don't know what you're doing. And, you know, well, mainly if you don't win the early game. You lose the early game of Thanatos, odds are you're not going to win. But I would go, if I were you, trans, boots, cooldown plate, beat stick, because most likely the ADCs can get lifesteal. Or you could go Hydras, depending on if they don't have lifesteal. But if they do have a bracer or anything like that, it's definitely worth to get a beat stick, and then a Hydras, and then probably a Titan's Bane. Or you could go more defense or a Crusher, depending on what they build, etc., etc. Relics, I would have went Bracer instead of Blink. Actually, no, I'm cool with the Blink. I think the Blink was a good idea. I love going Blink on Thanatos. It's really good for catching people off guard. There's also a trick I've wanted to do with this, where you throw the 1 and then blink and do it, and I think that would make for a cool video. We'll probably try that in the next episode, but for this video, you know, it's focused on the burst, the early game burst of the Hydras and the buffed Hydras, as well as this, my big man coming back. Oof, I missed you. I missed you indeed. I was talking about it like it's my child. I missed him so much. Okay, anyways, we got... Because he was my first main, you know. Okay, alright, enough. Good God, Jesus. They grow up so fast. Alright, yeah, but Thorns is obviously necessary. We got Attacker's Blessing, Devgaunt's typical start. I like it. Aegis was also nice. I agree with the Aegis. Because Bracer's good as well as Shell, but both of those things aren't very good for against the Thanatos because, you know, Bracer kind of counteracts the Bracer, and Shell doesn't actually affect the ultimate itself. It doesn't it gives you bonus health. It doesn't add to your actual health. And Aegis is good. It's good, but at the same time, you gotta have quick reaction time because Thanatos can just, you know, wait in the air like you saw me do quite a few times. But it is probably the best relic you can get against Thanatos, in my opinion. Thorns, obviously, really good as well. You want attack speed boots and breastplate. I like power boots, but attack speed boots are probably pretty decent on Rama just because it gives them more astral arrows and stuff like that. A Nemean actually might have, well, probably, yeah, would have been better here. I think a Nemean would have been much better here, in my opinion, just because, you know, the Hydras, with the extra 50%. Yeah, I think Nemean would be really useful here. It's 5 more protections only or something like that. It's not as many anymore, but it's still really useful for that specific purpose. Because I don't think you really need that much cooldown in Rama, other than like the dash, I guess. I wouldn't have went Titan's Bane. I would have went Rexsi, and then maybe a Toxic Blade or Beat Stick, depends. Either one, I think, because the Beat Stick can be procced with Rama's 1, but Toxic Blade also gives a bit of movement speed, and I'd probably finish the build with Frostbound or Kins. Oh yeah. That's the discussion on that. If you guys did enjoy watching, please be sure to leave me a like. In respect for the good old days. Sorry about the bit of a rant. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Discuss things in the comments. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic Friday. Hope you all have a good weekend. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.